What's up, guys? How you doing? Yeah, I don't care. This is my speech. Anyways, can I get a quick show of hands? How many of you have seen or heard or know anything about this movement called Birds Aren't Real? Yeah, that's what I thought. I couldn't see if you raised your hand or not because I'm talking into my computer screen, but you might have raised your hand. I thought this Birds Aren't Real thing was like a 2018 kind of gig. It turns out it's not. I'm walking through Bruff Dining Hall at the University of Arkansas, and I see here written on the chalkboard in 500-point Times New Roman font the words "Birds still aren't real." And it gets me thinking to myself, what kind of person believes that birds aren't real? It's got to be a person that sort of believes that nothing is real. And that is the basis of what nihilism is. Nihilism is such an extreme philosophical idea that it's unlike any other philosophical concept that there is. We're going to talk about three things here today that'll kind of help you wrap your head around what nihilism is. The first thing we're going to talk about is, a working definition of nihilism, and then we're going to look at a famous example from modern media where you can kind of see this thing in practice. And then I'm going to show you how this matters to you every day as a college student. Let's dive into that definition. According to Merriam-Webster.com, nihilism is defined as, and I quote this, a doctrine that denies any objective or moral truth. So not only is a nihilist going to deny the fact that, say, a deity or anything like that is real, or a religion or a government conspiracy, they're going to deny that objective things that you can see and touch and get your hands on, they're going to deny that they exist. And that's pretty extreme and pretty hard to get your grasps on. So I'm going to give one more quoted definition here. It says, traditional values and beliefs are unfounded, and existence is senseless and useless for a nihilist. And that's pretty extreme. So we're going to show, after we've given this definition here, we're going to show where you can see this in famous media. And this one comes from philosophyterms.com. And the writer here has given his opinion on what is possibly the most famous existence of nihilism in modern media. And it comes in the character the Joker from The Dark Knight. This is Heath Ledger's character, and he shows not only moral nihilistic behaviors, but also very materialistic nihilistic behaviors. He kills, murders, steals with no remorse, has zero moral compass, and in fact his character is actually out to remove everyone else's moral compass as well. And in materialism, he sees no value in other materials that the same way other humans do. In fact, he has this burn it all attitude, according to the author of this website. And in fact, in the movie, he stands on a pile of, say, like $10 billion and literally burns it down. This reeks of nihilism, and it was right under our noses the entire time. Now that we've seen this working definition of nihilism and a famous example of nihilism, well, let's move into how this affects you as a college student every single day. I got to looking around at these birds aren't real things, and I dug into the website. Yes, there's a website, birdsaren'treal.com. Okay, and I stumbled upon this quote on the website. It says, "It's not over yet. Join us as the gang solves the crisis." This is a crisis to them, that birds aren't real. And there's also another quote on the website that literally states, "Government is not real, and that there is no reason to believe anything." This reeks of nihilism, and it's right around you every single day. You could walk through the Union, and you will probably see several stickers on computers that say birds aren't real. And maybe some of these people are just doing it for the joke and for the goof, but this website has no hints of jokes at all, and it's super serious, and it's nihilistic whether they mean it to be or not. That is how it's all around us every single day. So as I begin to wrap things up here today, let's just recap our three things that we covered on. We touched on a working definition for nihilism, and we also touched on a famous example of where we can see nihilism in modern media, and that would be in Heath Ledger's character the Joker from the Dark Knight movies. And we also showed you how nihilism is around you every single day. So the next time you're walking through Bruff Dining Hall and you look up on the chalkboard and you see the words written, "Birds still aren't real," you don't have to sit there and worry about thinking if someone has maybe lost their minds. You just know that those are some positive young nihilists out there just trying to get a movement started. Thank you, guys.